Hey, what up, guys? A Perfect King here with Indecisive TCG, bringing you guys an update video from my last Kuzan one. This one's going to be more of a 2-in-1 video, maybe even a 3-in-1 video from my initial Kuzan video. This is my progress in the making. Spoiler alert, I did end up winning a locals with one of my builds. I'm going to show you guys a few different ones here. So after my initial video with him, with Kuzan, I ended up coming up with my first version after like the testing. So let's just jump right in. This might be a long video. I'm gonna try to cut it down so that way it's not too long. We have our tried and true leader, Kuzan, blue mono blue, 5k, 5 life leader. When you trash cards from your hand due to your navy card effects, you may draw an equal number of cards that was trashed due to that effect. So, pretty straightforward. Moving on, we got the 4 of Tashigi, your generic look at top 5 searcher and grab 1 navy. We have the MVP, my favorite card, one of the favorite cards, Sengoku. Trash a card, look up top 5, grab 2 navies and add them to your hand, and then bottom deck the rest, and then you draw a card from your leader effect. This is a +1. So really good, especially if you're starting to run low. You top deck, or if you hold on to a Sengoku, you just drop this and you're slowly coming back up. Easy peasy. So we have our 2k Hina here. Activate main, rest it, trash a card, and one of your opponent's 4 or less cost characters can activate blocker. Kind of comes in handy. I don't want to say niche, but it comes up a little more. Like if I think I played against a Shanks, and I basically kind of rendered his 4 cost blocker. Lucky Roo, kind of. Not, I didn't make it useless, but it helped me go for game. So. We have the pudding, 2 of. I want to put more of this, but the deck's kind of tight. I kind of want to fill it with much navy as possible here. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. We're really good into certain decks that just draw a lot. Mirror matches, blue, purple, Luffy, Bonnie is one of them. Going up against like Enel or some yellow decks. So just a pretty good card. I want to bump this up, but you'll see in my other versions. We'll go through a couple different ones. This version is utilizing Cavendish. So it's a kind of semi-synergizes. Just like the rest of your Navy cards, this is helping you draw 2, trash 1, and it's a 4 cost 6k swing, which is pretty threatening. So the only thing you don't get is that you don't trigger your leader effect. But either way, draw 2, trash 1 is pretty good in this version. And then we have our 2 of blocker. Borsellino. He's basically like the black one from OP2 or 1. I can't remember. It's one of those Borsellino, the black one. This is once per turn. If he's going to be removed by a card effect, trash a card, and he stays alive. And then if leader is Navy, he gains blocker and 1k on opponent's turn. Essentially the same thing, only the anti-removal is like once per turn. Not sure if that really matters, but it's come up a few times. Like once you're like going, like if you end up going your second turn, which is what you want almost always, it's kind of hard to like play him, because you're usually just playing more important cards than him. You're playing the Sengoku on your turn 2, or if you don't have Sengoku, you're playing Cavendish. Even pudding, if they like end up taking like a swing, and they're at 7, you can pudding. So this is kind of like once you've already established a board. Other than that, he is just a 1k. So we have Tsuru. 5 cost, 4k attack. You're essentially just a 2 cost. This is what you're mostly using it for. The effect though is pretty good. Trash 2 from your hand. Your opponent returns 1 character to its hand. So aside from it being a 2K, you do proc your leader effect. So you're just drawing 2 on play. You're trashing 2, drawing 2, and then bouncing a card to the opponent's hand. Now the thing with this one is the downside to Tsuru is that you don't pick, your opponent picks. So yeah, if they have a loaded board, if they got some chump blockers or searchers, those tap searchers, they're most likely going to pick those. So just be wary of Tsuru. You do not pick, your opponent picks. That's the only downside of Tsuru. Other than that, it's pretty good. You know, 1 Dawn investment, you can swing with it. It's fine. Zephyr, which I ended up kind of liking a little more than the Tsuru, because with this one, on play you trash 2, and then trash this card. Oh, activate main, trash this card. Return 1 character with the cost of Fireless to the owner's hand. So stat line is pretty good. 5k, 5k swing, 5 cost character. It's a 2k counter. That's what you're mostly using it for, is the 2k counter. But this is what I ended up using over Tsuru sometimes. Aside from proccing your leader effect with drawing 2, you can choose which character to bounce back. That's as long as it's a 5 or less. So this one is a little better than the Tsuru, but either way, they're both essentially good cards. Kind of close in stat line. You just have to, put a Dawn on the Tsuru. With the Zephyr, you could play it, draw, proc your leader effect. Next turn, if it's alive still, you can swing with it, then trash it, and then bounce a card. Or you can just play it and trash it. Like if you need to get rid of, like if you're going for game, or if you need to get around something like that turn of, just trash it immediately. So it's pretty good. I like it. We have Kuzan. This is when we start getting into the wombo combos of the deck. On curve, you're probably gonna play this. We have the 6 cost 8k. If your leaders, if you have 5 or more cards in hand, he gains 1, which is very relevant. There's a couple games where I was already low on hand, or I was like countering out, ended up below 5, and then he ended up getting like big mommed, and he also ended up getting the gravity bladed. It was rough. So just kind of keep in mind that it's a +1 cost, but it comes in handy. It's really, really good. Then the on play, trash a card. Then up to 1 of your opponent's characters cannot attack until the end of the next turn. So really good. Helps stall out and helps build your board. Then we have my next MVP here, Sakazuki. If you end up going first, you could just play this. You don't have to wait for 9 and play Garp. If you don't have Kuzan and you can't wait another turn for Garp, Saka on curve first turn is where you want to go. Probably my second favorite, right next to Sengoku. On play, draw 2 off the bat, and then once per turn, trash a card, give up to 1 of your rested Dawn to your leader or characters. This is the first version I took, and I wasn't used to the Saka activate main. There was a few games where I had like 2 or 3 on board, and I didn't utilize Saka, so I was still learning the deck, but overall super fun. Saka, this is one of the best cards in the deck. Obviously the Garp is the best card, but I'm just saying, like, just if you're comboing out, it's a lot of times it's Saka. It's just really good. Next we have the Aramaki 2 of 8 cost, 8k blocker, then activate main, discard a card, and then return a 2 cost lower character to the bottom of the owner's deck, and he gains 3k. Really good, especially against like Rayleigh. Really, really good. And just like any low, like Bonnie, those tap searchers, it's just really good. I almost want to play more of this, but honestly, you don't need more. It's a brick. It's only really good against certain matchups, so you don't want to see it all the time, but it's still really, really good. And then of course the best card of the deck is he's essentially your Luffy Taro. He's Monkey D Garp, 8 cost, 8k attack. Trash card from your hand. Play up to a blue nade with 8 cost, 8,000 power or less. other than Garp. So essentially any card except for the non-navies would be your target here. A lot of the times you're doing Sokka or Kuzan. Those are the main two. And then depending on the matchup, you're doing Aramaki. If you're ahead, you just do Aramaki still because he's your blocker and you can stay ahead. It's really good. And then we have the 4 of Ice Block. Pheasant Peck, he's like half a Gum Gum Giant. Just drawing one card. The trigger rarely comes up. Like unless you're really desperate, you don't think you'll survive. You're tapped out. You trash one, draw one. So that's about it. Then we have the 2 and 2 of the events here for 2 Red Rock and 2 Gravity Blade. Gravity Blade being searchable. So in my first version of this, it was okay. I ended up seeing them too often, too much. So I didn't like that too much. But with this version, I misplayed a lot. This is the version I first took to locals after my first video. I ended up going X1. I did surprisingly well. My matchups were pretty meta relevant. I'm recording this video like a few weeks after that tournament, but I think I've gone up against like what was it? It was like Zoro, Rayleigh. I think maybe one rogue deck. I can't remember what it was, but ended up losing. I ended up losing to the rogue. Did pretty well against like the meta decks. I can't remember what that deck was, but so yeah, this is the first version. If you guys want to try this one out, again, I went X1. I misplayed. I didn't use Sakazuki a lot as, like I said, I had 2 or 3 on board with this one. I didn't utilize it. But yeah, if you guys want to try this one's pretty good starter version. If you guys, yeah, and by the time this video comes out, I think the price of this deck is kind of deflated in price wise. So building it shouldn't cost too much, especially if you're not intended on getting the alt arts for this deck. Even still, the alt arts, I think the recording of the video, Garp alt art is 12. I can't remember how much the Kuzan is, but it's fairly affordable. Very, very fun. I love this deck. And then we're just going to go ahead and jump into version 2, which is what I actually ended up winning with. So for the most part, fairly the same. I ended up bumping down the Red Rock and the Gravity Blade and threw in the 2 Kozuki Odins. This was fun. I like this. I wish there was a little more synergy with it because he's not a Navy. You can't bring him out with Garp. But he's kind of sticky. He's a big body. 7 cost, 8k attack. If he's gonna be removed by the from a card effect, from your opponent's card effect, trash 2 cards from your hand, keeps him there. And then activate main, you can rest 3 Dawn, return a character from your hand, and then set this card as active. This won me a few games that day. I think the first one was against Rayleigh. I had him on board. I had a Sengoku, and it wasn't lethal or anything, but I was able to. Sengoku was already established. I had established the Odin a turn before, so I think I was like at 9 Dawn. Swung with this, rested 3, bounced my Sengoku, played Sengoku, got the +1. It was crazy. I think I ended up playing him twice that turn because I didn't have a lot of pieces for Garp, and I was just missing pieces. I think I had some Admirals, no Garp, or I had a Garp and no Admirals. So having playing Sengoku twice that one turn because of Odin was so crazy. I loved it. If anything, I would play more, but he's just so bricky. You're already playing a lot of bricks in the deck. He is a little slow. One thing I realized, he did win me the games. I went undefeated, obviously, but still, Odin is. I don't want to like oversell, but I also don't want to undersell. He's really good if you're already winning or if you're in a good position. The good thing with Kuzan is that you always have counter in hand, so you don't have to take life too recklessly because you have plenty of cards to counter out, and by the time he comes out, you're still at like 3 life or something like that. Really good. Another good card I added into this, I'm sure you guys noticed, was the Rosie, the Rosinante. Once per turn, if one of your blue type characters would be removed from the field by card effects, rest this card and trash it, and basically everything's protected. This was pretty good. This kind of kept my opponents from like using. I think someone else had told me they had Gravity Blade in hand. I think I was playing against something like a Sanji, blue purple Sanji, something like that. He also had Red Rock, I think, or it was probably Red Rock, and it was just stuck in his hand. So they had to kind of like use up the event and then swing into the Rosie, and then next turn I just played another Rosie. It was pretty nice. Still 2 pudding, nothing much changed. So the Odins and the Rosinantes, kind of fun additions. So this is the one where I went undefeated. That was a good day. And again, the matchups were all like meta relevant. I think my final game was with actually Achilles. I don't know by the time I upload this video. He ended up playing Kalgara, which is insane right now. If you guys have a Kalgara deck or looking to play it, now would be a good time because he's in a pretty nice spot. Achilles was like my final match, and it just came down to having enough counter in hand. That's honestly, I think I swung with Odin. If he had the counter in hand, I'd lose. If he didn't, I win. So that's just kind of like the name of the game sometimes. It happens. That's One Piece card game for you. But a win's a win. I'll take it. Undefeated Kuzan. Now, the next version of the deck is from the help of a fellow YouTuber, Atronus Plays, or just Atronus. I'm going to leave a link in his to his profile. He actually, I got with him. He kind of took me under his wing here and gave me his build, his version. He kind of walked me through like the steps and his reasoning for everything. Rosie again for the protection. Only now it's bumped down to 2. We did bump up the pudding up to 3, just in case it gets cycled out or if you need to discard it. We do have the 3 of Jozu, just to have an extra card to play in case we don't draw the Kuzan, which does happen sometimes because this deck doesn't really have a good 5-cost turn unless you're going second and you have a Kuzan. And what helped was having the Jozu, and he's not a brick, so it's always a plus. And then with the Jozu, a lot of the times, you have Tashigi or Sengoku sitting out there. You could also have Bounce Your Pudding. A lot of the times, I ended up having Tashigi or Sengoku. That's usually what I had. So Jozu, really good. Pretty busted. Returning an opponent's 6 cost or lower to the hand. The other addition, I'm sure you guys can see here, was the 4 of Tiger Blade. Now, his reasoning to have 4 of is to increase the odds of it being into your life. And basically, if you end up drawing it, it's just fodder for your discard effects. So, with that logic, I agreed with. It was interesting. So, in my initial thoughts was like, this is crazy having 4 of Tiger Blades. But this deck ran nice. Unfortunately, I did not do too well with this version of the deck. I think I went 2-2 at my locals. A lot of it was due to misplay and low rolling. I ended up losing to a yellow mom, mono yellow mom. I had to read that card because it's been a while since I played against it. But basically, when she attacks, she can grab a life, and then she's at less than 2. She can put something back from the hand. So, I think I had Big Mom at 1 life, and he ended up putting the 0 cost event, which, I swung into. He got another life. He survives. Then next turn he swings again, activates leader effect. He stacks another 0 cost. So, and by that point he had like the 8 cost Katakuri. He had Big Mom, the 10 mom. He had used 10 mom and then another 9 mom back to back. So I just couldn't I couldn't finish him off. Basically, I was close. It was a close game, but and then the other one I lost to was blue purple Luffy was my other loss. Again, same reason. I just couldn't finish him. I couldn't. Surprisingly, with the 3 of pudding, I didn't see it in time. I did play it, but by that point, he was already, his board was pretty, stacked, and just putting back all his 8-9 cards really didn't matter too much because he just kind of finished me off next turn. So saw it a little late. Jozu kind of didn't do anything that matchup because a lot of the things that they play were high bodies. I think the only thing he played was like a Bonklay, if I'm not mistaken. And then the blocker Nami, the 5 cost. But still, didn't come up to him. It was a close game. I will say that. A close game. I think I need more practice with this version. So that's pretty much it. Again, this is a shout outs to Atronus on YouTube. That guy's a really talented player. Again, he was the one who kind of coached me, kind of walked me through like his decks. He's also played Kuzan. He's topped with it. He's got 2 versions on his deck profile on his YouTube channel, so check those out. He's got a pretty fun, wacky one with Usopp, but still very, very threatening. Check those out. I'll leave the link to his channel in our description below. I think in the next video, I think I'm gonna play this again. I'll play Atronus' version one more time. I'll take it to locals this week. And try to get a win with it, and then I'll also include some games. So this video I won't really include games because there's 3 versions of the deck here, and I don't want to make this video 50 hour and a half long with games. But again, fun deck. Again, I implore you guys, check out Kuzan. I'm gonna keep on playing it up until the end of OP12. This is my this is pretty much my deck here. This is my leader for this format. So once again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How are you playing Kuzan? Are your versions similar to any of the 3 versions I just showed you guys? Let me know. Comment, like the video, and subscribe to our channel. It's all very much appreciated. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.